Welcome to the Ops. It's your girl, Spicy K.
And it's your girl TK. How y'all doing?
We are on episode 38, and
Hey.
if you can't tell, we're very festive because Christmas is Monday.
Yeah, Monday. Monday. It's
Monday.
less than a week away.
Yes, so we
So ho
wanted to
ho
show
ho.
our Christmas spirit, holiday spirit, whatever you want to call it.
Happy
Um,
holidays.
yeah, happy holidays, Christmas, happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa. Is it happy Kwanzaa or is it just
Happy Merry
Kwanzaa?
Christmas Kwanzaa. Merry Christmas Happy Kwanzaa. Happy. Happy. Happy.
Anyway, as you all know, that on our episodes we have something called the first 48. Who you telling on this week? So TK, who are you telling on this week?
Ha! So represent my Warriors today, along with Christmas. Merry Christmas, because we winning now. But I'm telling on the NBA as a whole league this week. They done suspended my boy Draymond Green indefinitely, but now they decided they're gonna give him 3 weeks at least 3 weeks to think about himself and his actions. They're trying to make my man out like he's crazy, and he's not. He's the heart of the Golden State Warriors. He played with a little passion sometimes. If you look at what happens before he makes these fouls, sometimes you will see that it ain't him. People be messing with him and they got a bullseye on his back. So I tell you what, NBA, you suck. You have you coming from where we had Bill Laimbeer and the Pistons, Rasheed Wallace and Ben Wallace on the Pistons. We just talking about the Pistons right now. Back in the day, throwing elbows, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, strangling folks, Larry Bird, your golden boy, running up to folks, chest bumping them and everything. And then now y'all gonna talk about my boy Draymond. Psh, let me tell y'all something. That is ridiculous. But my man gonna take it in stride because he is a G. He is an OG, as a matter of fact. My team gonna miss him for 3 weeks, but he coming back and he coming back strong. And I'm telling you, we gonna be in this thing because we winning now. Go Dubs, go Dubs. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm telling on. The NBA as a league. Who you telling on, Spicy Cake?
So I am telling on none other than I won't say the name of the hotel, but
Uh-oh.
just know that it's a Marriott property because we all know how I feel currently about some other properties of hotels.
Mm-mm.
So this weekend I went to Birmingham
Shout out, Big
to
Ham.
um, basically just to get away. I just didn't want to be in Nashville. Didn't really want to drive too far because the initial intent was to go to Panama City Beach, but that was going to be a long drive, and nobody
Ooh.
wanted to make it. So we ended up going to Birmingham, which less than 3 hours away from me, so that's cool. Um, as I was checking out, for whatever reason, I'm not sure, because the charge does not even match the valet charge.
Uh-oh.
They kept on charging me a certain amount over and over and over and over and over again.
Like that many over agains?
Yes.
That's a lot. They just kept on saying, fuck it,
Yes.
you finna pay?
And
They
I
didn't
have
t-
literally I have no idea why they wanted to charge me. Like the charge that they gave me was really weird, but that's not all the issue. The issue was when I went there. No, that Sunday, as we were checking out obviously on Sunday,
mm.
and someone walked into one of the cleaning staff walked into our room,
And saw
not
y'all
something.
naked.
No, nobody.
Oh
There,
my
people had clothes
god.
on. Oh
Oh,
my
okay.
goodness, people had clothes on.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay. Well, that's less
but
exciting, but okay, all right, gotcha.
but then so my friend left. She left,
Hmm.
and
She
I
left
guess
you in
they
there with the
saw her.
cleaning lady?
No, no, no.
Okay, my bad. All right, my bad.
She left and went home.
Hmm.
And literally, probably about 20 minutes later or less, another person tries to get in our room saying that they thought that we checked out. I asked for a late checkout.
Whoa.
I always ask for a late checkout.
They walked in on so somebody else walked in on y'all that had access to the room too?
Yes.
And it wasn't the cleaning people.
Luckily for me, this time I actually put the little stopper thing out, Because I was actually getting ready to take a shower because I was getting ready to leave. And again, I asked for a late checkout. So I was not really happy when I talked to the guy downstairs because he was like, well, we're not showing that you checked out. Duh. Because I hadn't checked out, which is why I'm confused about why someone tried to come in there at 9 something this morning. So
that sucks.
and then I was like, we just literally went downstairs. We thought we were going to get breakfast, but we didn't get breakfast because I'm just going to be honest. The only reason why I wanted to go down there and get breakfast is because most of the Marriott properties have the little cereal in the cups, and I wanted to take some.
The cereal, you finna try to steal that bowls of cereal.
But they had it in the little ones like the fountain was or whatever, and I was like, well, this is ridiculous. How am I going to be able to take this? And it's not stealing because I paid for breakfast because I didn't eat breakfast there neither day. So yeah, it's covered in the cost of my my stay.
But you're supposed to eat it there, like in the confines of the.
I put it in my. What's the point? I can take a bowl or two home. I can take a bowl or two home.
You'll be eating the cereal when you're not even at the hotel anymore. So like,
who cares? I pay for it.
Whoa!
I pay for it.
We do not condone the stealing of the little bowls of cereal.
It's not stealing. I pay for it.
This is what causes your hotel rates to go up because people are taking home the cereal to feed the children at home.
I ain't got children.
Well, whoever asked you to feed yourself at home.
I just like them. I buy them anyway. So if I'm at a hotel and they already have them, why do I need to go back to Publix and get them?
Right, just steal them from the hotel.
It's not stealing. It's not.
There you go. When you go to the hotel, put the waffles in there. Go ahead and put the waffle below. Waffle packs.
Cereal. It's only cereal.
Only cereal, so it's limited to what you can take. If they got juice, open up your purse and
I don't want the juice.
Pour the apple juice in there.
I only want the items that I already purchased.
Which is that's breakfast. That's just what you just said. Yep, cereal is not breakfast.
They have
cereal is definitely
they have
breakfast.
Raisin Bran Crunch. They be having Frosted Flakes.
I see why you stealing it, girl. You better go ahead.
Stealing. It's paid for.
Frosted Flakes.
It's paid for.
I will steal Frosted Flakes too, so I ain't even gonna trip.
But I don't steal.
Fruit Loops. They got the Fruit Loop. Lucky. No, they ain't got no Lucky Charm in here.
But I don't steal. It's not stealing.
Only,
I pay
you
for
only
breakfast.
Take
the breakfast.
What you paid
the
for.
Breakfast is included. I stayed 2 nights. I should have been able to get 2 bowls.
2
because I didn't go the first day. I went to brunch.
I don't understand.
Yeah. Whatever.
I get it. I get it. I totally get it. You don't steal because it's just what you do.
I don't steal, and that's not stealing because it's free.
You pay for breakfast.
I pay for the room.
You pay for the room to eat the cereal at home. Girl, I got it. I'm with you.
Whatever, same difference. Anyway, so our next segment is "It's cool when they do it. It's a problem when we do it." And this particular episode is about Navy Federal rejecting Black people's mortgage loans, also Hispanics as well, at a much higher rate than they were, or a disproportionate rate than white mortgage seekers.
So 29% of white folks that go up, they say, all right, now y'all might be white, but y'all ain't right for this. And then 50% of Black people that go up for a loan with Navy Federal. Now, I don't know about you, but I know Black folks love them some Navy Federal. They be talking a mad coolness.
Well, Navy Federal. The gap was 29%. They approved more than 75% of the white borrowers and less than 50% of the.
So that was Black. The gap.
The gap was 29. Yeah.
Well, that's even worse. So I was giving them some, I was giving them a little prop, but now they done 75% said, hey, come on. We believe that you have the ability to pay us back. And 5 out of 10 Black folks, y'all ain't got the money to pay us back for these home loans, so we're not going to do it. We're not going to do it.
And what I noticed in the article, it says the disparity remained even considering things like the applicant's income, debt to income ratio, property values, and down payments. So it sounds very
Fishy. Fishy?
discriminatory. No,
Yeah,
that's the word
okay.
I was going to use.
There you go. That's better than fishy.
Yeah. So, as you mentioned, like a lot of people love, especially black people, love Navy Federal.
Oh
And I've
yeah.
heard a lot of people talk about the fact that they have mortgages with Navy Federal. But I think the major draw that I have seen is that a lot of black people like Navy Federal because of their credit card.
Hmm.
I don't have Navy Federal or anything like that.
I would have loved to have them. Everybody's talking about, oh, I love Navy Federal, this, that, and the other Navy Federal. But I thought you had to be a service member, had to be in the Navy or something like that to be a part of
Military.
a.
Most of the time,
Yeah.
I guess it works the same way as Redstone.
Right.
So
Yeah.
you have to be military or have a company that uses
Yeah. Or affiliated in some kind of
affiliate
way.
have some kind of affiliation, and therefore you can get your membership that way, and then you can also get it by being related to the person that already has an account. So if
'Cause
you're not military yourself, like if your spouse or parent, sibling, all of those, then I guess you can still get it. So yeah.
Because we bank bougie. Like, you got who? With who? No, that's how they be. With you ain't got Navy. Like, if you ain't got Navy Federal, man, I'm telling you, I got shamed. Like, oh wow, like, oh my god, I haven't. You don't use them. I'm like, no, just ain't got nobody that's affiliated. So I ain't never had to hook up. I got to use regular banks that hold money the same to me. But as far as when it comes to things like mortgage loans, which is one of the foundations for generational wealth, is for
Mm-hmm.
someone to own a home. We going back to the color of law, what I've been reading on for the third time. Where they say, oh well, black folks, we gonna sell to y'all in the segregated neighborhoods because y'all gonna pay more. Well, that's the way it would have been. Like, I'm pretty sure if they looked into it, the interest rates and all of that, those things are higher and include different clauses. Because I don't have a mortgage or never have had one, but I know it's a lot of paperwork. And in all this paperwork, they tell you we charging you more than anybody else because we feel like you're more of a risk than anybody else. And the first contributing factor to your riskiness is your skin color. I'm gonna say that. I got these glasses on. I can say whatever the hell I want tonight.
Okay.
But for us to be less than trustworthy that you gonna pay us back is because, for one, you black, and what could happen? What could happen? You could lose your job quicker than this other person that don't look like you. It's likely. That's one of the risk factors that they take into consideration is what's the likelihood that you're gonna lose this job that you've had. You've been working here for 5 years, but what's the likelihood? For some people, it's more likely than others. That's when you factor in, are you married? Do you have kids? You know what I'm saying? All that type of stuff goes into consideration when you're getting any kind of money where you're going to be responsible for paying it for 20-some years.
So most of them are 30, but yeah.
They going to 30 now?
Most of the mortgages are 30. Like, that's the, I guess, common or whatever. Whoa. But you can get it lower. You can be like 20 or 15 or something like that. Yeah. But apparently they have, they currently have a class action. I guess it's a class action. I want to call it a class action, but they have a lawsuit going on right now. And one of the people, Sherelle, I guess that's Sherelle Jacobs, her and her husband have a combined income of over $20,000 or approximately $200,000, no debt, ample savings, and exceptional credit scores above 800, and they were denied. And keep in mind also that this particular case is a recent, like, it's talking about recent data, like within the last year. So this is not something that, happened, 5-10 years ago. Like, this is things 22. That occurred, like, recently. I think for them, this occurred in October of this year.
Mm.
Yeah, this
Oh
year.
wow.
Like recent.
But I mean, think about it though. Think about it though. If you're a decision maker and deciding who gets a loan, you said she had outstanding credit score,
Hmm.
got plenty of money in savings.
Hmm. They make
Uh,
approximately $200,000, and they was just looking to get a modest home. So
so, I'm guessing that's 200,000 per annum, right? So if we gonna do that, I think that that's not too risque to say that they couldn't afford to pay back what a modest what it would have been about $2,500, $3,100 a month,
just
maybe.
depends. They're in Washington State. I don't know
Maybe a
anything
little
really.
more than that. But
Maybe let's say 2,500,
right.
just to be on
So,
the safe side.
well,
But it may
so
have even, with it may have even been lower than that. So, but let's
now I
just stay on the
wonder
safe side.
they tell you that they have to tell you the reason why they deny you for stuff like this,
Of
right?
course. Yep.
But what are the BS reasons? Like because this could because a modest home for her could turn into an income source for her. It could have been like like I said, a foundation to start generational wealth for maybe a child of her. Anything that could have been something that she came up on, and they said, "Nah, you can't. You can't do that. We're not finna give you that."
And they were approved. Basically, they were approved by another lender. So that's where some of this issue is, showing just exactly how, I guess, discriminatory it can be, because of the simple fact
Mm-hmm.
that you are, getting approved by. And then, like I said, with everything, with the credit, with no having no debt, because debt to income ratio is a major factor in, which loans you can get, because
Right.
different loans have a certain debt to income ratio.
Mm-hmm.
Factors that all play into, buying a house. I know that very well. Because when I was buying a house, like, I had to, I was always gonna go with the lender of the builder, because I was always gonna get into construction. So I was always gonna go with their preferred lender, I guess I should say.
Right.
Um, and it was very, very odd of what some of them were requiring of me, than others.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
um
there's no
and
laws
it was just
against it. They
also
can.
different. Well, it's also some there was many different types of loan options
Mm-hmm.
available, loan programs. I
Right.
think for the most part, unless your house is like a outside of the FHA like limit or whatever, I think for the most part, most people tend to lean toward FHA loans, because you
Mm-hmm.
only have to have 3.5% down. Um, and you have PMI. Like, it's just a lot of things that you have.
You're losing
But I
me
think
here.
it's like easier. But I'm just saying, like, I'm just
I'm
saying
like
it's several factors. I said,
PHIWNCA,
first of all,
EPMD. Here we go.
oh my,
Power to the people.
oh my goodness.
Power to the people. But I mean, seriously, I get it. I get what you're saying, but there's so many things that go into being approved that you can always hide behind the fact that, hey, I'm not going to let you come up on this. What if they have somebody that's looking to get that property or something? There could be any number of reasons why people are being denied because there's not much of legislation that tells them what they can't do.
Well, that's
Right.
why I wonder if this is. I wonder if this is because so you can get pre-approved, and you technically most of the time you don't have a property in mind, or like you just may have, like, you're just trying to figure out how much house you can buy,
Right.
basically. And then, the regular approval. So I don't know exactly which step in the process it was.
But basically, they know whatever information they submitted as per request, they was denied
Yeah.
by probably the bank that they use and have used for years and said no. that monitor their finance, because you don't, because as far as I know, unless you're doing the lender like you said, preferred lender, you don't go to a bank that you don't have any affiliation with to get a mortgage loan, right? Like unless you're doing it through a certain program or something like that, you're
Correct,
not going
correct, correct. Yeah,
you're not
you're
going to
gonna
walk up and be
naturally
like,
choose whoever you bank with. You're gonna naturally choose that bank to go to
right,
see about approving. Yeah.
because and for one, they can monitor your all everything. They know everything that come in and they know everything that go out. So I'm just trying to figure out like what about its people, which we can say them your people that said, hey, nah, we just ain't gonna do that. We'll let you keep putting your money here and exchanging currency with us and do all this, pay your bills and all that. But as far as you coming up and buying a home, because we already know you got a house to live in. So if you buying this one, you doing it for a come up. You doing it
Well,
for a,
well, that particular couple that was going to be their primary residence. It appears like
well,
it wasn't even going to be any kind of investment or anything like that. So, mm-mm.
okay, we'll scratch that. I'll take that one back because it could have been either. It's a toss up whether it's either or, whether you living in it or whether you're using it to come up. And then again, their primary home could have been the foundation for them starting generational wealth. Could have been in a neighborhood that they didn't feel like they should be in. You know what I'm saying? It could have been any number of things because again, it's a person that's making that decision. You can't even put it on a computer saying, "Oh, we put it in the computer, and the computer tells us if we can give it to you or not." Because I know certain rent-to-own companies do that. And they be like, all right, your risk factor says, based on this criteria, we gonna let you get this. You
Well,
can't do that with no mortgage loan because it's a whole lot more that goes into it than that.
well, according to this article, it says that the reason they were denied was listed as they were rejected for reasons other than the credit history.
It sounds like black to me. I mean, because if that's what it's based on, well, what else is it based on? They tell you for sure when it is your credit history, don't they? Don't they say, oh yeah, based on this right here? Look, they even show you on the paper. Based on this here, right here, look, right there. Based on that right there, we're not giving you this money. We do not feel like you can. So reasons other than your credit history sound like use black to me. That's what they sound. I mean, that's just if I had to hear it myself, I would think, oh, okay. So it's other than my credit history. What you don't like my playlist on Apple Music? Like, like what really is the reason? And that's crazy because if I'm telling you, the color of law is worth a read and listen. If you understood the types of laws that they put in place just to make not only certain that we couldn't have nice fancy homes, that we couldn't have homes at all to live in. If you was caught as a homeowner selling to an African American, you will lose all insurance. You will be able to insure the property that you have, which is a danger to anybody that has any sort of investment. That is scare tactics. That's bullying. That's mean. And that is very low down type of stuff that you just if you think about that right there, and we're not too far removed. This is the 50s I'm talking about here. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? We're talking about the 1950s where they said you can't even like places they built factories, Spicy K, and the people that worked in the factories, us, the
Hmm.
people that worked in the factories lived 50 miles away because they would not build homes closer to this place where people wouldn't even build apartments. So any kind of dwelling that African Americans could live in order to work. They had to drive 50 miles one way to work.
I know it's sad. I see on here that they said that they were talking about the fact that while a lot of them were recent, most of this applicants basically stem from 2018 to present. And someone were completely denied, someone were given a higher interest rate, and someone were given less favorable terms, it appears. um, the thing about it is that the banking industry has
Mm-hmm.
been, unfortunately, one of the major industries that has caused a lot of the issues with the redlining. You know, even if you're a small business owner, you know, you having to go through the bank to be able to get a loan to help, and it's just a situation where it allows a lot of unfairness, um, and disadvantages to people, that otherwise could actually, I guess, want to say, like, progress further if they had the means to be able to do it, because you need money. Like, there's always a saying, you need money to make money, and
And
you
then
do.
we talking about when houses was $8,000 for 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, eight
Exactly.
thousand, $8,000. We talking about people that paid $300 a year for houses. Okay, not $300,000 houses and things like that. That's what we're looking at now. So imagine that. They didn't even want to let us have the projects. They built housing projects. No, you can't live here. You can't live here. So when next time somebody tell you about the projects, you tell them if that's where you from, tell them they didn't even want us to live here. That's crazy. That is crazy.
Yeah, and, like, well, you know how that all kind of started. The reason why, like, some of the, I can't remember who's the guy, but he's a guy on TikTok, and basically he says everything is racist, and he explains how a lot of things occurred, um, basically because of racism. One of the things that I know of is how I-40 in Nashville cuts through the over there by TSU,
Mm-hmm.
and because technically it should have went in a straight line like this, but it was in the whiter neighborhoods, and the whiter neighborhoods didn't want to be affected, so they
They put the
basically
interstate
came through
through
the black people,
the
and it
black.
went through
Mm-hmm.
apparently a lot of the areas that were especially thriving, because, believe it or not, a lot of, not just Tulsa, Oklahoma, but a lot of black communities were very self sufficient and thriving.
Mm-hmm.
But when you take away their land, when build a highway right in between it, it causes problems and causes issues. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, the fact that you have an industry that is basically the catalyst for a lot of this happening is sad, and more should be done.
Cause
and
what can
and don't get me
right?
wrong, there is, um I can't think of the name, but there is actually, a law or whatever, that, I wish I knew the name, that you have to, because you have to take, like, the training every year. I know from, yeah, we're not going to discuss that part, but I know because, but yeah, so you have to take, like, the training every year about the discrimination and things of that nature. But when you don't, never mind,
You
never mind.
there's always gonna be a way for people to get away with what they do.
Yeah,
So it's there. It's in the legislation what they can and cannot do in those regards, and the fact that they have to create legislation to counteract the legislation that they created to make sure that we couldn't have homes and be able to sustain jobs. Because like if you ain't got nowhere to go when you get off work, but drive, like you have to get in and drive to work 50 miles, work at least 8 hours a day, and then drive 50 miles home every day. That's 5 days a week. That's a lot. People start to take less paying jobs closer to where they are because it's not feasibly and financially possible to maintain the jobs that they got based on where they live. So
Yeah.
it's a lot. So if people are thinking because they don't bank with Navy Federal, this doesn't affect them. You got to think about how it does affect them because if they can get away with it, other companies will start getting away with it as well. They'll find a loophole. This bank will take the hit from because I'm gonna tell you what your banks like Bank of America, Wells Fargo. These were the banks that sought and sued to make sure that they didn't have to provide mortgage loans for African Americans. Bank of America, Wells Fargo, and Wells Fargo goes back as far as selling your ancestors. Okay, so let's just put that out there as well. The first
Well,
stock in the
a lot of companies have, you know, unfortunately, a history that capitalized off of slavery, whether or not it was, after slavery and being paid for, you know, their slaves, for not no longer having slaves,
yeah insurance the first insurance
like
policy was
there's a lot
over.
of there's a lot of things that literally benefited from either having the work completed by a slave or
The
either,
slave themselves.
yeah. So it's in to think like, we're only a week, 2 weeks away from, 2024. And the fact that, like I said, this was happening to someone just in October.
They're trying to they take any advantage that they can. Like it feels to me like they feel like they're losing ground again because they started doing all this stuff when they felt like they was losing ground because when they did finally let us free, we had all of the employable skills, right? Like that's what we had. We had all of the employable skills, but can't get employed because they want to give them to the folks that don't know what the hell they doing. They ain't been working. What the hell they know about working?
Yeah.
They always have had to do something to have an advantage. Could you imagine if the playing field was level? If they said, "All right, we've had you enslaved for this long. We're just gonna let you be free. We're gonna make everything equal." Could you imagine how far advanced? Never mind. I ain't wanna. Let me stop because I go. What is this? Is this supposed to
Yeah.
be a Santa hat? Is that a Santa hat on my? I don't know what
Looks
that
like a
is.
sleigh.
A sleigh, huh? Okay.
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me. That's what a sleigh looks like. What else
I
would
would
it
think
be?
so. Like it looks like Santa's sleigh. Yeah, I was thinking.
Oh, you was thinking about
Yeah.
like a sleigh? Like a
I'm thinking of yeah, yeah. I think I'm thinking of a sled. Okay,
no, a sleigh.
Uh, so it's a sleigh,
Well,
not a
when you
Santa hat.
bought it, did it not tell you what it was?
No, novelty glasses is all it says. Son of a
Oh,
bitch.
well,
Lunettes Caucasus.
I think my shirt was supposed to have a maybe it's not this one. I think I do have a shirt. No, that's my Tickle Me Elmo shirt. It says yeah tickles, but I lost the thing, so it doesn't say that tickles anymore.
It
But
doesn't happen anymore.
I think my shirt does have a. I think you can. I think you're supposed to be able to light it up.
It's the stockings are hung by the chimney with care, ladies and gentlemen. If you did not realize, see that's the chimney on the shirt there, and then the stockings.
Yeah. Yeah. This is a chimney in general.
My mama can't find my Christmas stocking.
Well, tell her to go buy you
I,
another one.
no, I don't. I don't. There's no another one. That's my one I've had for
You can
a
find another
thousand
with a T.
years.
You can probably find another with a T. Anyway, moving on. Um,
Another stocking. Okay.
so if you're not aware, at the beginning of this year, a 6-year-old student shot his teacher.
Mm.
Um, as I was reading the
Gavin.
story and finding out some additional information, apparently this little child has some behavior issues. And the behavior issues required that a parent had to be with him at all times at the school.
Mm. Wow.
Yes.
So what
Um,
happened on this day?
The parent did not. None of the parents showed up to be with him that day. And this is the day that he decided to shoot the teacher. And apparently, he said that he unalived her. Luckily for the teacher, she did not die.
Not that. Yeah.
So, but anyway, so
I
the
bet she
mother,
still ain't a teacher, is she?
she resigned.
Yeah, I would. I think.
Well,
I
I don't.
would.
Well, she resigned from that district and she sued. So I don't know if she still teaches or not.
No.
Don't remember that. But anyway, so his mother was sentenced, and in November she was sentenced to 21 years. I mean, 21 years, 21 months. Me and these words.
I was about to say.
Me and
God
these words
damn.
are struggling today.
I was like, she didn't die.
So 21 months. But she was also sentenced twice. I can't remember the other
Okay,
one.
so one of them I saw was neglect because she had an accessible weapon, is what they're saying, meaning that she didn't have it locked away under lock and key and hidden out of the way. Now, I'm sorry. In your home, I get it. You have bad. If you know you got a badass kid, I get it. But how does that protect you in a locked case, high up in the closet somewhere with the key somewhere? How do you feel protected that way?
Meaning, well,
The mother.
you have to take extra precaution because of kids.
I know, but what I'm saying is, okay, so if you have a pistol in your home,
Hmm.
you're protecting your home, including the children, from any harm from outside of it, right?
Okay.
I don't know anyone that you know that would feel like they're being protected if they have to. I gotta go find. Let me go find the key. All right, now let me open up the.
Well, some of them use biometric, so you just
Yeah, you got
put your
biometrics, you got
yeah, put your
combination,
little
you got all that, you got
yeah.
all of that. So she didn't have none of that. She just had it sitting out. Now somehow this child, 6 years old, figured out that this is the day that I don't have nobody sitting with me. So this is the day I'm gonna take the gun and shoot this lady because she done pissed me off. Whatever she could have done to a 6-year-old, I don't know. So we definitely know that there's some behavior issues there, and she should have taken extra precautions. I get it, but
Keep in mind that she has two separate cases. I think one was 2 years, the other one was 21 months. That because it was a state case and it was a federal case. Part of
right.
the federal case is because she is a weed smoker, and it's against the law to be a weed smoker and say you
And she lied on
possess a
the on
gun.
her.
Yeah, and she lied basically
Yeah,
on
yeah.
on
I saw
the
that.
application for getting a gun.
Because they ask you, do you do any kind of illegal drugs?
Yeah.
And if you say, but they also say illegal. That's why they won't pass the law where you have to have a mental health check, because people that take things like Valium and Xanax could also be on that list if they do so. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people take those medications and they wouldn't be able to own weapons either.
Yeah,
So
so
that's
so
yeah.
so the 2 years is because of, I think that was the state one, and that was for child neglect.
No,
And
it has to be the opposite.
the
What's
federal
that?
one, wait, hold on. Yeah, it was the state state felony child neglect.
Yeah, and then the line on the form is fed, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
She pled guilty in federal charges of using marijuana while in possession of a firearm and making a false statement about her drug use during the purchase of the firearm. Both are felonies. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's why I was like, the state was neglect one.
Yeah, because that's the state. Anything got to do with children is going to be the state problem. The feds like, ain't messing with that. That's y'all individually. All 50 of y'all got individual different rules and shit.
Well, I don't
But
even
yeah,
think this
that's
little kid need to be in school. I'm just gonna be honest. I don't know where this kid need to go, but school ain't the thing. Mm-mm.
well, it's
I wouldn't want to be a
gonna
teacher. I wouldn't want to
I
be a teacher
wouldn't.
and this child is showing up at my school. In
I
my
wouldn't want to be a
classroom, I'd
teacher
be
right
like,
now.
listen,
Anyway, these kids bad as shit. Like I'm just gonna tell it like that. They on a different level than us. They don't give what they call a damn. They not scared of none of these adults. They don't. They not. They don't care. Like we had fear. I know you did. You was probably scared of what might happen to you if you did something you had no business, right? Right or wrong? You from the country? I already know. My mama didn't have to put no hands on me for me to think that she was gonna kill my throat, choke my throat out if I did something I ain't had no business doing. All she had to do was look at me in that certain way, and I'd be like, "Oh Lord, she gonna kill me."
my mama
But
told me
that's
I can
that.
question authority, so I'm just saying. That's all I'm
Well, I
saying.
mean, I feel you, and you could have. I don't think you did, but you could have probably. But the thing about it is, these children nowadays don't give. They know too much. They can find out at the drop of a hat. Oh, you can't hit me this way. You can't do this. You can't do that, and then have it on you, pull it up, and then be sitting there with the phone, with the police on the phone, talking about my mom finna hit me type shit. These kids know they're very manipulative, but a 6 year old having the presence of mind now, while I say there is something wrong there,
Clearly.
um,
But
how you
legally, nothing can really be wrong. Like,
done to the kid.
legally, they can't do anything because the child can't be diagnosed with any kind of, issues because the child is 6 years old. And legally, you're 6 years old, so you can't be charged because you're not competent.
Yeah, you're not competent to be charged, but you damn sure know what the hell you done did and brought this gun to this lady because she upset you. That is, I can't say that that's learned. Now, where I say it's learned from, I don't know because he's 6 years old, but there's nothing in to strategically plan to take this gun to school on a day where he does not have nobody sitting with him. Come on now, like it's something. Something is off kilter, and I don't know what kind of comment. Like I don't even know where he, who got him. Like I wouldn't want to hold. I wouldn't want to have a hold of him. Do you hear me?
Okay.
As a relative, and I don't no sir, because I'm gonna tell you what he pulled a gun on me. I'm, yeah, I'm gonna take him out because that's I'm scared now at this point.
Yeah.
I would not be safe. Like I wouldn't feel like I'm gonna lock. We're gonna put a lock on my door at night in the room so you can't get in my room type shit.
Okay.
So I wouldn't want a host of him. So he's gonna already he's done messed up his life in general. Cause I mean he gonna be in jail. Now his mama going to jail. So now she can't even have a host of him. So somebody else gonna be responsible for him. How you go to a foster parent and be like, look, hey, look, I know he's 6. Well, he's 7 now. He might have done growed out of it, but he like to pull guns on people. He ain't gonna
But like,
kill
it
you.
also did it with the intent to kill.
Right? Yeah, because that's what he thought.
Yeah.
And no, I'm scared of this young man. Like, I'm sorry, I don't know what I don't even know what to do. You can't drop them off at the fire station when they're that old. But
I
but
don't think you. Yeah, I don't think you can.
but I'm gonna be like, I'm sorry, I cannot. I cannot be around this. I'm too old to be having to worry about my well being around a 6 year old. Mm-mm. He's not
But
trying to hurt himself. He's trying to hurt other people.
I think that this is I think this is a wake up call for parents.
Yeah.
Um, because there's been plenty of times that children have gotten a gun and accidentally killed someone and things of that nature, and I don't know if anything has ever occurred to the parents. And this is a wake up call to be more diligent in the safety. Because keep in mind that if a child can get into where the gun is at, that means if someone else came into your house and broke into your house while you're not there, they could also take your gun. Or if you are there, they could take your gun and use the gun to, to harm you with. So you have to be very, very, diligent about the safety, especially when you have kids. So while this seems like a lesson to be learned, I think it needs to be learned, because apparently people just be all willy-nilly with the guns.
Well, no. I believe I'm gonna say you need a gun in your house, because I'm telling you, people like to come into your house unauthorized sometimes, and that's not a good thing. But
And I'm not saying you can't have a gun. I'm just saying you have to be, if there are, just, it would be the same way if you had a child in the house around poison. You would not want to put the poison by the fruit snacks. Like, you're not gonna do that. The same approach you need to have with a gun. You need to make sure that it's in a
I'm sure
manner.
she didn't have this thing.
But I'm just saying, as an example, just giving an example.
At 6 years old, they should not have known where the gun was at. Why do they know? Do they see you putting it away? Because I snooped in around when I was a kid. I went and looked at everything. I knew where everything was in my house, including my mama's room. But why do they know how to go and get a hold of it? Like, it's about taking precautions when you're utilizing them. Like, are you carrying it around with you? Like, do you know where they are when you're picking it up from there? Are you pulling it unnecessarily? I mean, was she getting high and just out here just pop, bitches ski around the house? You know what I'm saying? What was she doing? Like, how does this 6-year-old know so much about this weapon?
Yeah.
Now, maybe when they're like 10, 12, you start teaching them how to use the weapon, like if they're there by themselves, where it's at, stuff like that. But there's no 6 and under-year-old that should know exactly where your gun is.
Well, there's a lot of people that teach their kids, very young kids, like gun safety and things of that nature. I'm not saying that this was this case. I'm just saying in general.
Right.
Because people that, go hunting and all that stuff, and just for survival people. But the fact that this kid knew how to take a safety and everything else, because let me just be honest, 6-year-old Spicy K would not have a clue. First of all, I probably would have started crying if I saw one.
What the fuck? What you crying for?
Because it's a big scary thing. Like, I know that's like a scary thing. So yeah, I'm probably crying.
Bless your heart. Both you and the robber gonna be sitting there crying. What's he crying for? I don't know what she started crying for. I'm trying to rob. I ain't trying to hurt. I just want the money. But anyway. But that's another thing. Like, I really think that she should be charged. She probably should be charged with a whole lot more than what she got charged with. Because again, I'm pretty sure she didn't tell the young man to go kill the teacher. But she might have been, high on them tweeds one day and said, "What she say to you? I bust a cap in her." You know what I'm saying? Something like, you end up telling what. Like, I just don't see how he would know to do the things that he did in that way. Conceal it to get it to school, because I'm pretty sure he wasn't dragging it around on the ground talking
probably
about
in a book bag.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
But also, so the teacher is suing the school or the school district, however it is, because it was thought, or they reported that the child, I guess, had threatened before, and they may or may not have seen the child bring a gun before, and nothing ever happened.
Dang, see?
So
that's what I'm saying.
It's a lot involved. So basically, 2 sets of issues, state and federal, 21, I think it was 21 months and 2 years. So let's just go with like 3 in it. Well, almost 4 years. Because the teacher didn't die, I feel like maybe the sentence was appropriate. But like I said, I think it needs to be a lesson learned, like, for parents to be careful of those things, like make it high up. Don't get me wrong, kids will climb. Like, have you, maybe the people that climb the most be 2 and 3 year olds, baby. They like to climb. They like to climb on anything. But I'm just,
I'm gonna tell you like this.
they just had to set an example.
I have two little cousins, 3 and 2, right? Okay.
Yeah.
They can come take my cell phone and do whatever I can do on my cell phone. I'm serious. Like he come and he push the camera. He go right to the camera and then he take 2 or 3 snapshots and he click on the gallery to go to the gallery so you can see him. And he just is smiling. He doing everything. So I have no doubt in my mind that a 2-year-old today could locate and find a weapon. And with my cousin being a gun owner, I'm pretty sure he's got to take precautions and everything to teach them, not to do this. Because if anybody gonna go grab a gun and come out, pow, 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 like, it's gonna be one of them if they don't know better. But in a situation, I also think that the way one of them gets mad and be going off, if somebody upset him, that would be exactly what he could possibly go and fucking do and get that gun and pop. You know what I'm saying? Kids today, they don't have control over their little feelings. I didn't have the luxury of having feelings.
Whoa, as a kid?
Right. Because you can't do dumb shit. Like, ain't no way I could have done no dumb shit and not, got fussed
Wait,
at.
hold on. You
about.
didn't have feelings? I'm confused.
Now, as far as making me feel stupid.
Okay.
Like these kids today, if you even look at them and tell them no, they can't kick the damn table with their foot and break their toe. You know what I'm saying? Like I told the little boy, I said, stop kicking the iron table with your foot with no shoe on. He kept on kicking the damn table, and guess what happened? Stubbed the damn toe. You know what I'm saying? Like, see, you can't. They just all in their feelings. Like, kick the table. I want to kick the table. We. Mama said, don't kick the table. We stopped kicking the damn table because we don't know why. We just did.
Yeah.
That ain't the same. It's not, something don't click. I don't know what it is. I think we had Enfamil and what was the
Similac.
Similac. These kids got this soybean, oat, gluten-free type shit. We don't know what this shit doing to their damn brain. They don't. It's dangerous to drink cow milk. They don't do it. My other little cousin, the little girl, she drink cow milk, start breaking out. So she can't drink. She can't drink that. She got to drink wheat germ, grass, lemon grass milk, and all this. Like, it's just. We don't know what that's doing to them. It's making them grown. It's got antibodies that we didn't have. They got different kind of bodies. I don't know what's going on with these children. So it's different. Y'all better pay attention to them and talk to them.
I don't think they be in an environment too much. Like, they don't be outside. They're not outside. Like, they're inside kids. I don't think there's many outside kids, like, like how we used to play outside and stuff like that. Because, baby, I used to make the best mud pies. I almost wanted to eat one.
I ate mud pies. We ate dirt. We was totally fine. We wasn't allergic to that. They allergic to outside. They allergic to sunshine. And it's not just them. It's our kids, too. Now they allergic to sunshine. Can't go outside. Oh, they're breaking out. It's different. They just built different, and I'm telling you, it's all the technology. They around all this stuff when they're still in the womb. You see what I'm saying? Like
I'm not nasty because I didn't eat my mud pies. I just made my mud pies. I did not eat my mud pies.
See, during this time of the pandemic, have you had COVID?
No.
During this time, you haven't? Okay, well, I can't put it. I ain't had COVID.
Knock on wood.
I bite my nails. I done had every germ and been exposed to everything out there on earth. So
I don't like germs.
I don't either. But before they had all this hand sanitizer, we had no hand sanitizer. You wash that shit, and if it didn't come off, you wash it again the next day. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have all that. And we was perfectly fine. And we not crazy. these children. Now let me tell you, it's the children and it's the boomers. It's the people our parents' age that's going fucking crazy. Cause I'm gonna tell you, I don't know what is before us and then after us. These folks is nuts. I don't know what's going on with them. Like seriously, like my mom and them, they crazy as shit. They just be going. Oh, my mom be snapping off about everything. I be like, just all right, it's okay. Some man in front.
Well, they have lived a different. The boomers have lived a different kind of lifestyle. Because keep in mind that, like, my mama's a boomer generation, and like she talked about picking cotton. I'm just saying, they ain't that far removed from. I'm just saying they're not that far removed from.
I started to get something the other day. You know, it's a season for it, and they be having it on the side of the road. I started to go over there and set this shit on fire. Fuck all y'all. Anyway, but I was like,
commit crimes around here.
No, we're not. That's why I said no. That's illegal. That's somebody that belong to somebody. And somebody went out there and picked that shit. But now it wasn't us no more. Shit, fuck y'all. But anyway, I want a piece of. I want just a piece of it, just so I can put it as a souvenir in my house. Just cause
you should ask somebody if you can pick it. If you next time you see it, just ask them. I want to touch it for real and figure out like, does it feel like the cotton balls or not?
It's rough. No, it's rough. Like that stuff will cut your hands up. Man, it's got little briars in it.
No, I'm talking about just the white part, not the whole. Like I just want to like pick it off.
And it's gonna cut. Before they go through the little thing.
What's those little ones that you blow and it goes everywhere?
Dandelion.
Okay, so I just want to pick it up like that.
That's what I mean. That's not how it is. I know, but it's hanging off of a flower, like it's a fruit of a flower. Cotton is, and it's hanging off of it, and it's got them rough little things in it that will, why you think they hands look like they look picking it?
Because they picked a lot.
No, it wasn't just crumpled up. Them things was cut from bright. Trust me. Go on out there and grab one off the leaf if you want to, off the flower, and see if you don't cut your finger off. I'm just saying, it's not soft like the cotton ball. It go through a process before you get a cotton ball.
Cause I got some cotton balls and I feel like they ain't really that soft. I'm just saying.
Maybe they didn't go through the extra. They done gave you something right off the flower. Rough. Scratch your face up. Tell her about it. Talking about it. She feel like it's rough. Oh my goodness.
But no, like seriously, like I just don't feel like I need to go ask. I need to go figure out who has a cotton field and ask them, can I I don't want to say can I pick cotton because I don't want to pick cotton.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm like, hey, can I come pick some of your cotton? Thank you so much. Like, wait a minute, hold on, time out. Is somebody picking this cotton? Because wasn't nobody out here. So let me go on and pick a little bit. Yeah, wear some gloves. That's what you do. Wear some gloves. Lord have mercy.
I don't want to pick cotton, but I want to pick cotton. Like I don't want to.
That's gotta be the headline. Can I pick your cotton?
Anyway, we're gonna get ready to wrap this up tonight because someone wants to watch the Warriors play.
Hey, shout out Steph Curry. Number 30.
Yeah, so somebody wants to watch. Yeah. So anyway, so what has a movie, TV show, or book? And even though someone told me to add book, we have never discussed a book. Just want to throw that out there. Not in this segment. You keep bringing up that one book, but not in this segment. But shout out to you for not bringing up Will Smith's book again. Shout out to you.
Excuse me. My bad. Oh, do you see how they flew out there like that flame in real life? Golly, that thing. Bless my heart.
So, I end up watching. So I was off for a couple of days because last Wednesday was my birthday. Mm-hmm.
Happy birthday to you.
And I end up watching Blood, Sweat, and Heels, which is the old reality TV show. And while I was looking for season 2 yesterday while I was at home, I end up running across a movie called Blood, Sweat, and Cheer. And it was about this lady that basically was living vicariously through her daughter, and decided that she was going to become, which I don't know why they're calling them cheerleader, because technically she was a dancer, but hey, that's the name of their show. Let them be great.
Cheerleaders dance, but dancers don't cheer.
Yes, that is true.
Okay.
And as I was watching the movie, one of the things that happened, and I was like, why do people do this? Like, I know it happens on movies, but I'm quite sure it happens in real life too. But the teacher was allergic to peanuts. And to me, if I was allergic to peanuts, I would not tell a soul I was allergic to peanuts. I would just only watch what I was eating and never eat from anybody else, because I don't know whether or not it has peanuts in it. And basically in the movie, she ends up giving, so the mother that is pretending to be her daughter ended up giving this teacher a cupcake that was made with peanut oil, because she knew that she was allergic. First of all, people need to stop doing that. Like, I get you want to do it for safety purposes, but that gives people ammo to try to kill you. And that bothers me.
So don't tell people?
Don't tell people. Don't tell people you're allergies like that. Not if this going to be a life and death situation, because they get mad, just like the little boy at the school. Get mad at you. Next thing you know, you up there trying to breathe and you can't breathe. You going into anaphylactic shock.
Man.
I'm just saying, people are evil. Be aware of the evil people.
So you saying that just the people that with the allergy got to be on guard for themselves and pay attention?
Yeah.
Because I mean, you really can't.
Yeah, because you can't expect. I can't expect anybody else to care about my allergies as much as I care about my allergies. So if I'm allergic to something, I have to be careful of what I take and don't take and things of that nature. So you have to be very cautious. So I'm just saying.
But is that not being diligent and saying, hey, look here, I got an allergy to peanuts. It's deadly. If anything with peanuts gets near me, it's over. But you have to take to mind that if somebody say, hey, I got some snacks. You want a snack? Sure. They could be trying to kill you, like you said. Yeah. You got to be careful.
Like, you just got to be, like, you got to be careful. Like, don't get me wrong. If it's to the point that it can't, the only time that I deem that you may need to tell somebody or tell people and let people know, especially people that you don't really know like that, because she's in school. I'm like, why are you even telling the student this anyway? Well, of course it's a movie, but I'm just saying. But I thought about it, because that's how most of the people in the movies die. They have a peanut allergy and somebody gives them something that has peanuts. And then boom, no longer here. Now, if you have if it's airborne, like if it's so severe that it's like you can't be in the same air, then that's different. Then you do need to do that just out of precaution. But I'm just saying, like, if it's only if you're eating, said allergen,
peanuts,
and that's the only way that you would
allergen.
Allergen. That's a word.
That's
a word.
I think it's allergen, but I'm gonna let you have that. Yeah, with a T on the end.
Yeah, I'm positive. Just Google it. Google it.
We'll Google it later on. Time for the game. But anyway, I feel you. You have got to be diligent if you are allergic to that, because it can kill you. And anaphylactic shock can happen like that. It will cut off your airways. You will not be able to breathe. And no oxygen will get to your brain, and you will die. So if you have allergens, then you should definitely be careful. Shellfish, all of that. I have never been allergic to anything. So if I actually am allergic to something and I don't know it, I'm gonna be, I've never had an allergy test because I've never been allergic to nothing. Nothing has made me stop, break out, none of that.
Yeah.
Knock on wood.
But like I said, my point is, unless it's a airborne thing, you don't have to go around telling everybody. Just don't eat their food.
Put it
And
on
be
your
careful
medical
about eating
emergency.
people's food anyway. Like this is this is potluck season, and
People cook with their animals, so you be careful
yes,
and be wise.
because people be nasty.
Things that come in plastic containers are always wonderful. Always wonderful at the potluck. We got cookies, you got cakes and pies. You can bring all that stuff in the loud plastic container that we can open for ourselves when we want another one. Thank you so much. The little quiche things with the come in the plastic container.
Anyway, this is episode 30. This is
Oh, she dropped something, yeah. What is it? What you looking at? They still there?
this is no. I hit my mic and it turned a different color.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
This is the Christmas episode, y'all. Merry Christmas.
Yes, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever
Happy
holidays,
Easter.
happy holidays, whatever you're celebrating. But this is episode 38 in the books. This
Wrap
is your
it
girl
up.
Spicy K.
And it's your girl TK.
And we the ops, we're telling it all.
Telling it all.
And we are out of here.
Love y'all. Peace.